Hello, and welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Cassingham. Today we're going back into Final Fantasy XIV. Just finished the Alliance raid, so now we're going back into the Post-Endwalker questline before we go into the Dawn Trail questline. So we're going to continue with the quest. So we did the normal raid, we did the Alliance raid, now we got to do the Post questline. So that's what we're headed into now. So let's get going. Whew. See how we do. See how we do. It's going to be a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking, a lot of fetch quests. Go around and do stuff. The big battles are done for now. We'll get more of that RPG element, that role-playing game element. Right? See, speak with this guy. Come back for my points later. The teleporters don't give much benefit. Fucking music. Vashon! Varshon. That's how you say his name. The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Of course! Anything to make up for the constructs we broke. I don't care about feeling guilty. I know what I did. Thank you, Shields. Shields and I are in this together. I will follow his example. Complete! Alright. So now we're back into the quest line. We're not doing raids or alliance raids. Meanwhile, elsewhere... the shadowy figure that has no form. Oh! Is that Garland? That's not Garland. It look a little Garlandy. Throne of Earth. I sense the breaching of a gate, but it has not instigated this inside. Just thrown to another. Hella S's! This side. Hold on. I sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. Hella S's. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes. But such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. Fire's got no stutter. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Each one's gonna talk? Okay. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Bah! Let him come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling grasp for breath in his final moments. Knight in black, your zeal is admirable, but forget not your cause, or not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. It's not Garland, but it's got a very Garlandy kind of theme. Very Garlandy. Ah. Varshan wishes to discuss the distribution of the treasure. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly. I don't know what that means. So I would ask that you act in my stead. Satrap? Shoot! You are to visit Aikyali and Yeti Mod. Speak with Matsya and his people and listen to the grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Palaka's stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Gyatskal grounds. Oh my god, so many hard words. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Meghaduta. That beat is both calming yet enlightening. Love it. Woo, let's go. Flying bed. Fucking good ass adventure music. Love it. Oh, Shield, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Question mark? Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Galzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we are just banding together as best we can. Just want to fly in my bed. Junkmonger. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnar, then you must try my special Amra Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? What What could such a wander cost you, wonder? Oh my god. Normally, I part with 3 bottles of the generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I am willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. Stealing at that price? You are the one thief around here. That's a good one. Still not turning a profit these days? Question mark. I am not Estinian. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fuck Estinian. That's a good one. Estinian. Who is he knows. You're the one who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are all still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices, I tell you. If I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. What a bitch. I am not a Estinian. That was the best line ever. I love that so much. Sigh. Guild staff. Me and this dude doing the same quest. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. That was fake Estinian right there. If Calzal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done. God's rest his soul. You have spoken with key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace's hardships. Varshan awaits your report at Megaduta. Megaduta. Ah, come on. Fast travel. Way over there. Take a portal. Much faster. Movie. This music's so good. Ah! My advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Yeah, bitch. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. And there are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattering some cart or stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakas stand were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they preserved with some assistance from Yeti Mod. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers, and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far in between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnair has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akiali and Yelihmad? Oh fuck, I can't say those words, I'm sorry. Can't say those words. Blah 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 blah. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we could first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yelibad. I don't know how to say that. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. I just saw this guy. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not shield. Astinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. More movies. Oh, it's a dragon!
I thank you for your attendance.
Voice acting!
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need.
Al-Zadal's.
And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul.
Ahawan?
Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more.
Capitalist dragon. Love it.
None was spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
Me too. Me too.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
Arstinian's got voice acting, oh my god!
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Oh, I get to choose. Taxes, levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. It takes a village. Ooh. I mean, I'm like the macro gamer, so I'm thinking about this economically. Taxes. Levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. So we're a rich nation. It takes a village, though. It's like capitalism and socialism. Damn. Think about this too deeply. Bruh, we gotta make money. War costs money. Fuck your opinion. War costs money. We're all fighting.
We create a reliable source of revenue.
That's right.
Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of our Zadar's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
Hey, that's hella nice. Running an orphanage? You're so nice.
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Who can I name it? Please let me name it. Oh! Something with Calzal seems appropriate. Why not honor one of your most successful merchants? We'll go the merchant route. Since we're using capitalism, honor a
A
capitalist.
successful merchant. I believe I see thy reasoning. Calzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair.
My god, more voice
When
acting!
I think of Calzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Narad was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Yeah, brother.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Calzal Foundation.
We're making a foundation.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Hella benevolent dragon.
Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
Capitalist dragon. Love it. Love it. Oh, tenacity, vitality, determination, piety, vitality, piety. Direct hit, vitality. That's a good one. Let's take money though. Never use the food anyway, for like anything. The veteran Radiant wishes to share his gratitude. Beat's so good. This is Veteran Radiant. Radiant, that's a dope name. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you, Varshan. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before I assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done, and I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Oh, it's worse. I went the wrong way. Oh well.
Right, here we all are.
More voice acting. Amazing.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand,
don't question
travel
her.
between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. the magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. Upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Scent's physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that void scent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
How do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Sounds awesome.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in. So much for taking it easy. Now, fuck that. Let's go! Count me in! Let's kill shit.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
I got you, cat girl.
To march straight back to the Void Gate. There is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan?
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daimir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
with the restricted section of Nomenon, with Grav's favorite place to sneak around. This one sounds funny.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
If we are to enter Nomenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What of Scholar Monty Hagne? Oh, fuck it. He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Uh-oh. What escorting entails. Certain duties require that one or more NPCs accompany you in order to proceed with the quest objectives. You must keep them at your side and make your way to the designated location. As long as you remain in the same area, NPCs accompanied you will remain at your side even if you're in teleport. Possible to ride mounts. NPCs, please know, however, that they will not appear at your side and will dismount. You may also use NPCs while escorting them. Furthermore, you may have encounter conversation points along the way, which additional. Between NPCs, you will be given the option to part ways. You will also automatically. Cool. Oh, come on. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Skulark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Nomenon's restricted archives. Oh-ho! No fruitu foyers into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Fascinating. I have no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daymir has lain dormant in Charlemaagne's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. Ha ha! To what end, Pertel? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to ravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Ha 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 ha! Marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason to present you requests for the forum's consideration. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortunato, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request for his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortunato on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to Leveler estate and plead our case. One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours. I wager so if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Scholark. We will be sure to pass on any revelations. Speak with Leviat. Olivia Butler. Master Shield, Mr. Sistola. How may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortunato. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in his residence. I shall inform him he has guests. Well, Emiliance would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter to import or discuss, Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholark Monteshane expressed much of the same sentiment, I assure you. Well, we will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course, you do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge. For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend. A selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people, yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing of his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones, and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. You feel those words? Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for the cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldician's Annex. Oh. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That's right! That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but two exoduses. Y'shtola, that went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demir's research notes, of course, but the thought of such knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Bridging the rift. Restricted reading, okay, is waiting to offer any further instructions. You will be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure. Believe me, may you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? There's no portal there. I guess I could have gone there now that I realize. Still no portal over here. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Alzadal the Third's exploit sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To archive the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Archon Y'shtola and guests identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Hella robot, follow me if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. What does that mean?
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
All right. Well, about the hour mark here, so looks like I'm in still 6.1, possibly going at 6.2. So as the quest change, I will continue forward, but for right now, I've kind of hit my hour mark, so I'll continue playing on, continue the quest. So we're going Post-Endwalker into Dawn Trail. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.